Okay, this is American Radio of Northwest Indiana on 27.375 megahertz lower sideband, channel 37, making radio great again tonight with our Friday night check-in. And we will begin our check-in in just a few seconds here. And also we are live on Facebook at American Radio of Northwest Indiana. You can see us live on Facebook. And before we start our check-in, we just want to wish everyone that we hope that everyone had a blessed and safe Independence Day yesterday. And prayers go out for all those of our club members and their families that may need healing and God's grace. And we keep you in our prayers throughout the days. So with that said, let's start our check-in. And just if after the first check-in and on the second and so on, give me about 10 seconds or so I could write the numbers down. So leave a little space in between. Okay, we're ready to start our check-ins. You may check in now. Okay, we had a double, so let's try that again. Let's start our check-ins now. Okay, 150, you are number one. 357 Florida, did I hear that correctly? I think he said Roger there, 357 Florida. You're number two.
61, Portage, Indiana.
61, Portage, Indiana. You're number three.
American Radio, 771, check in.
771, you are number three.
Trying to jump in there. It's 300 Indiana here over in Burns Harbor.
Okay, 300 Indiana, you are number four. Anyone that wants to check in, please do so now.
409, check it in.
409, you're number five. Thanks for checking in.
American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, check it in.
34, thanks for checking in. You are number six.
American Radio 426, checking in.
426, thanks for checking in. You're number seven. Anyone else out there listening? You can check in now. American Radio of Northwest Indiana is on the air with its check-in, Friday night check-in. We begin at 7 p.m. each Friday night at Central Standard Time. And anyone that wants to check in anywhere all over the world, please do so now. We'll be glad to have your check-in. I know we'll probably have some more checking in because they might not be watching their clocks. So a little bit after 7. So this is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, and it's Friday night check-in. Please check in now. American Radio 45, Mike. Thanks for checking in. You're number 8. Anyone else that needs to check in? This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Please check in now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana check-in, Friday night, July 5th, 2024. Anyone that wants to check in, please do so now. Texas, can you repeat that number again? We got you in here. (969) Texas, 969 Texas. We got you in here loud and clear, and you are number 9. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Was that another check-in? Anybody could relay that?
Yeah, with South Carolina. I didn't get the whole number.
South Carolina that wants to check in, please repeat your numbers again, sir.
I believe he said 243.
Oh, we'll go with that. That's close enough. (243), if you can hear me, you are number 10. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Anyone that wants to check in, you're welcome to right now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Anyone that wants to check in, please do so now. Was that 163 Dallas checking in, QSL? Was that 163 Dallas checking in, QSL? I believe he said he was checking in. 163 Dallas, you're number 11. Okay, well, that's fine. You're welcome to join the group. And 163 Dallas, you're checked in. I know you weren't trying, but you are checked in. We're glad to have you. And you were number 11. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. You could also check in on our Facebook page at American Radio of Northwest Indiana on Facebook. And also, if you would like to join our group, you can join our group there. And I'm one of the administrators, and 048 or 34 will gladly approve you if you answer a few simple questions and agree to the rules, and we'd be glad to have you. This is 048 American Radio, Northwest Indiana, looking for check-ins on Friday night. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now. American Radio 305, I believe you're checking in. You're number 12. Okay, Mark, what was your numbers again, real quick? Is three guys, was it E305?
I think that's what he said.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, 305. You can hear us. You're number 12. You're checked in. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana. We're on 27.375 megahertz, lower sideband on channel 37, making radio great again. This is our Friday night check-in group. And if you would like to check in, anyone that's within our listening voice, you're welcome to check in with us. And you can do so now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in on 27.375 megahertz lower sideband. Anyone that wants to check in, your opportunity is right now. Yes, sir, we got you. You were number 12. Yeah, you came in. You're a little louder there. We're coming in here a lot better. You're welcome, sir. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now. And if you can't check in right away, or you're tied up with something, you have the whole weekend till Sunday to check in on our Facebook page. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now. .34 potato peeler. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to go just a couple more minutes to, for the quiet check-ins, because that's a good 15 minutes. So then we could still have the check-ins, but we'll go with the, I'll let you take it in with your potato peeler and try to, if the skip keeps coming in more, I'll stand by and write everybody down if you just relay, and I'll give you what numbers they'll be. Because the next one will be number 13. But does that sound okay for you?
Yeah, sure. Give me a minute here. I'm on the phone. Give me a minute, and I'll get back with you.
Okay, just give me a yell when you're ready, and I'll transfer over. Okay, this is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, making radio great again. This is our Friday night check-in. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in. Anyone that needs to check in, please do so now.
Number 13 right now. I think he's at 481 checking in.
481 checking in? Okay, we have a relay of 481 checking in. You would be number 13.
Oh, I was wanting to double check that number, but he didn't key back up.
That number sounds familiar, but you didn't catch where he was from.
He's at South Carolina.
Okay, cool. I will put that down. Yeah, I think I've heard it. Yeah, that number sounds familiar. So that's a go. So that's South Carolina, 481 South Carolina, you're number 13. The next check-in will be 14. You can do so now whenever you're ready.
CQ 163 Dallas, Columbus,
This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in on 27.375 megahertz, lower sideband, making radio great again. Anyone that would like to check in, please do so now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Friday night check-in, making radio great again. Anyone that wants to check in can do so now. American Radio Group of Northwest Indiana, with having our Friday night check-in on 27.375 megahertz on lower sideband, on channel 37 on the 11-meter band. Anyone that would like to check in or join our group, please check in now. Now, hopefully that Skip will come back in after 7:30 or so. It has been the last couple nights, so we'll see what happens.
You keyed up on that guy from South Carolina, that 483. He was talking, then you cut in.
I thought he was talking to somebody else. 483 from South Carolina. Okay, 483 South Carolina. I did get a copy on you, and we're going to check you in, and you're number 14. Steve, glad to have you check in on the group. And if you haven't already, you can go to our Facebook page on Facebook. It's American Radio of Northwest Indiana, and all you got to do is just request to join the group, answer a couple questions, and they're real easy, and agree to the rules, and we'd be glad to have you in our group. QSL. Okay, 483 in South Carolina. Steve, hey, thank you so much for checking in tonight. You're making radio great again over here in Northwest Indiana. Thanks again for checking in. You have a great weekend ahead. God bless you and yours, and be safe out there. 048 Northwest Indiana of American Radio of Northwest Indiana. And this is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, our Friday night check-in. Anyone else that needs to check in, please do so now.
All right, Dave, I'm off the phone.
All right, I was just going to go get a Halls. But yeah, in this humid weather and all this stuff, it's, give your voice a rest. Okay, I'll be monitoring along with you, so you guys could start a little QSO back if you hear leave some space in between, because we got some Skip. We just got another guy from Steve from South Carolina in there, but I'll copy down everything if I need to. And the next one check-in will be number 15.
Roger. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, aka the Potato Killer, over here in Lake Station, Indiana. We're conducting tonight's check-in with American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody out there like to check in, whether you're a member or a non-member, we are taking check-ins. If you'd like to check in, please check in now. American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34. We're conducting tonight's check-in with American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in, whether you're a member or a non-member? Anybody out there in Radio Land like to check in, please check in now. Oh boy, it's like conditions are dropping out there. American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34. We're conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We're live on YouTube with American Radio of Northwest Indiana. We also got our own site, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. If you'd like to go to Facebook and like to check in there, and if you want to answer a few questions, you can become a member. We're conducting tonight's check-in right here live on 2737.5 megahertz, lower sideband. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana conducting tonight's check-in for the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in now? Please check in. About that Louisiana channel, we copy American Radio 150. Yeah, Roger, we got a copy on we need a 593. I just want to make sure, man, we got a different type of ticket, no doubt about it, 593. You don't want to wear a one. I hope you had a fine 4th of July. 593, American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34. American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group conducting tonight's check-in. Anybody like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group, please check in now. Road Radio 112, Louisiana. You copy the American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34. No, sir, no bother at all. We're just wondering if you'd like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. You don't have to be a member to check in. Would you like to check in tonight, sir? Yeah, we'll go ahead and check in. Do 112 Louisiana, round 3, 4 Louisiana, that right? Hey, Roger. All right, you're going to be number 15. American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34 here on your end, and we're doing tonight's check-in. We are also live on YouTube. All you got to do is punch in American Radio of Northwest Indiana, and you can hear yourself out here tonight. Hear how your radio sounds here in Northwest Indiana. If We are on Facebook, American Radio of Northwest. If you'd like to come and check us out, you're able to do that as well. You can check in there if you can't make it on every Friday night's check-in. You can check in by Facebook. If you'd like to be a member, just answer a few questions, and me and my other administrators will get you in the door there, no doubt. Okay, 112, thank you for checking in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 73s. Dave, you get all that?
Yes, sir, I do. I got 112.
All right, so we're on number 16 would be the next one, correct?
Correct. And on our Facebook, the Goofy Phone decided to change the orientation, but we're going to be vertical instead of horizontal. We're going to be portrait mode, so don't get a crooked neck, but you could still hear everything.
American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34. We're conducting tonight's check-in with American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in, please check in now. You don't have to be a member to check in. Anybody out there in Radio Land like to check in, please check in now. American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 04, we got you in there. By golly, you'll be number 16. Roger. Good to hear you out here tonight. By golly, we got a little bit of traffic out here, not much, but it is staying steady there. All right, Dave, he copied a 004, number 16.
Copy that. Confirm 004, number 16. Next one's number 17.
American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Peeler. Right here in Lake Station, Indiana, we're conducting tonight's check-in for the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody out there like to check in? You don't have to be a member to check in. Well, we had a few check-ins tonight. We're here local, and it felt good hearing them out there. 300 Burns Harbor, Keith, glad to hear you out here tonight. Welcome. We ain't heard you out here on a check-in, so we're glad that you're getting back to radio gear and getting everything straightened out over here. We know you had a lot of problems. All right, Mike 45 out there in Portage. Good to hear you out there as well. You know, and I should say everything aside, it's good to hear all of our locals, members of the group out here tonight, as well as our long distance members. I want to thank everybody for participating in tonight's check-in so far. Yes, sir, go ahead. I just want to say good evening. I had a individual friend that told me about the frequency here. I thought I'd say hello. And, my name is Don Delta, hospital number, and I'm located over here in Northwest Indiana, which I didn't think of your group here, but we have a 2 hours not too far away, and I just thought I'd jump in and say hello. And I don't have any, numbers here or anything. I just go back on and AM radio, law enforcement, TV, and you name it for over 50 years, and that's still going strong there. I remember 77, 56 years, and four kids, and 15 grandkids, and 30 great grandkids. I can remember the birthdays. I tell you what I do remember. I remember 40 plus years ago, my TV caller was a KRJ 9656. How in the heck I have that memory? I have no idea. Back over to you. Hey, QSL. Well, thank you for coming in here, Don. This is the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We do our check-ins every Friday night at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 8, and then we have Reg 2 afterwards, as well as check-in. We also do our check-ins on Facebook, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. You can check in there. And if you'd like to become a member, there's a few questions there, and me and two other administrators, one of us will get you in the door there, but you got to answer the questions. We're also on YouTube Live, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. Punch that in, and you can hear yourself live after in there. Welcome, and you are number 17, I believe, right, Dave?
Correct. And Don, Northwest Indiana, thank you so much for coming in. And hey, how about you get on, you go to our Facebook, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. I'll punch you in there. And how about we just give you the American Radio 9656. And if that works for you, because that's part of your old CB number, your 11 meter number, and we'll get you in our group. We are so glad that you came and visited us tonight. Okay, thanks a lot, 9656. And also, I heard you said you were in law enforcement. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. God bless. And this is 048, getting it back to Potato Peeler 34. And we'll stand by here and write some numbers down.
Nice. It's like a highly decorated military officer there, but in CV field. Welcome, Don. We appreciate you checking in. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Peeler over here in Lake Station, Indiana. We're conducting tonight's check-in with American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We have anybody else out there that would like to check in, please check in now. You don't have to be a member. Anybody like to check in? Where are we at, Dave? Number 18 is the next one. Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, my memory fails me sometimes. This is the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We are conducting tonight's check-in. American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group doing our check-in for tonight, Friday night's check-in here at 7 o'clock. Anybody like to check in? Please check in now. Yeah, I'm trying to think on that 243 South Carolina. I wonder if that's the bicycle man. I talked to him earlier this week. He said he's going to come and try to visit us. Anybody else out here local hear that gentleman, the bicycle man? I believe he went by 243 South Carolina. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, aka the Potato Killer, out here in Lake Station, Indiana. We are conducting tonight's check-in for the American Radio of Northwest Indiana group. Anybody like to check in, please check in now. You don't have to be a member to check in. Yeah, these conditions are up and down. By golly, we still got a little bit, so hopefully we get some more people out there. What do you think, Dave?
Oh yeah, I think we'll just do Ratchet John and leave a space in there, and we go till 8:00, and I'll leave we'll keep it live till 8:00, and and then we could get our QSOs recorded too. And then I think when I do a clip, I think I could get the orientation of the live video back to the landscape format. So I'm working on that while I'm listening. So, but we're going to keep her live there on Facebook until 8:00.
American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 048 Dave out there in Portage. The administrator with the group, one of the administrators. I'm speaking on behalf of the group. We appreciate you and everything you do for our group. By golly, you are incredible, with your health issues, and God bless, looking over you. And we appreciate you extending your time to the group and for what you do. You take your time. If you gotta wait till tomorrow to get that edited and get put on, you do so. By golly, but we know if we know Dave out there, he's going to be on it until he gets it done. But Dave, from my heart and on behalf of the group, we appreciate everything you do for us. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, aka the Potato Killer. We'll let the channel roll and get back to the check-ins here.
Oh, real quick, thanks, Eddie. And this is good therapy for me. I love doing this photography and radios. What the heck? But no, it shouldn't be. Once I make the clip and make it into MP4 and put it on our page, I got some apps I could flip the video to horizontal, or landscape. But we're live. You could. The main thing is we're hearing, because you're just looking at my Washington. But it's like the Three Stooges. You got to look sideways, But thanks again, and you too for because I know you've gone through a lot and everything, and you're going through a lot. But I think this is what keeps us going. A group like this tonight, and getting other people interested in it, like we just had from Don over there in Hammond. So really appreciate that. Okay, I'll give her back to you, 34, and we'll let the station roll.
All right. Here we go. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana group. We're conducting our check-in for tonight here on 37.5 lower side megahertz. Anybody out there like to check in? You don't have to be a member of the group with American Radio of Northwest Indiana. Anybody like to check in? Please check in now. Right in on the book. Triple One's checking in. Was that a Triple One, Virginia?
Triple One, Hobart, we got you in here. You're number 18.
All right, Trip. I believe you're not. What number is he, Davey? Number 19 or 18?
18. I think we had a 359 from Virginia or something in there.
395 out there in Corpus Christi, Texas. We heard you out there. Would you like to check in with our tonight's check-in? You don't have to be a member of the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We are conducting our check-in.
Appreciate that. That's a fantastic opportunity, but I'm not backing on down. I do apologize for interfering with the broadcast for whatever time you had going. So other than that, I hope you catch another time. Corpus Christi 359.
359. You're not interfering at all. We're glad to have you, and I'm checking you in. 359 Corpus Christi, and you're welcome when you get a chance. Go to our Facebook page, and that's at American Radio of Northwest Indiana. And we're also live on YouTube under the same heading. And also, we'd love to have you, if you want, become a member of our group. So, like, if you want to ever chat with us or anything, and I'm one of the admins, and I'll get you checked in. And that's at Facebook on American Radio of Northwest Indiana. Have a great weekend, sir, and thanks for saying hello tonight. Roger, you got that right. American Radio of Northwest Indiana on Facebook. And just all you got to do is answer a request to be a member and answer a couple real easy questions and agree to the rules, and you're in like Flint. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. God bless. 048, we're clear and letting the frequency roll.
You guys in Texas better get your raincoats out. All right. Well, we're doing good. We're doing good out here, guys. This is the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We're conducting tonight's check-in. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34 AK the Potato Pillar, right here in Lake Station, Indiana. We're doing tonight's check-in, and would there be anybody out there that would like to check in? Please check in now. You do not have to be a member to check in. Hey, Dave, what number do you have? Unit 61. 33 in Florida.
Unit 61, are you checking in now?
No, I was watching you live on YouTube, and you gave me number 3, and then the guy right behind me, you gave number 3.
Okay, I must have double keyed. So I'm gonna, you know what? If you don't mind, I'll put you down at 20, but to check in because I didn't get you. You must have double keyed there because there was. I remember now. There was and you didn't come back. The other guy came back because you guys walked on each other. But I'll put you down for 20. But I'll note that as a side note.
That's what. If you're telling these guys, I'm watching it on YouTube. I don't see it on Facebook.
No, it's not going to be on Facebook yet because we're live on. I'm not live. We're not live on Facebook. We're live on because Facebook's too much of a pain to go live on, and but YouTube there's a lot more flexibility. But we will when this is over with at 8 o'clock. I will make a live clip, and then it will be posted like we do every Friday as a video. And you can watch it over and over and over again, and it'll be posted up on our Facebook.
That's nice to kind of watch it lopsided like that. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, just don't spill your beer. That's all. Hey, have a good one. Thanks.
That was 160.
61, I believe.
I'm not an American Radio. Yeah, This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana. We're doing tonight's check-in. Would you like to check in?
Yes, sir. I'll check in. Number 33 down here in Central Florida.
33 out there in Central Florida. Good to hear you out there. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Pillar, one of the administrators for the group. We spoke with you this week, sir. Glad to have you join us tonight on tonight's check-in.
Okay, 34. Thank you. And check me in there.
All right, you're number 21, 33 out there in Florida. You're number 21. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. You'd like to become a member, answer a few questions, we get you checked in there, no doubt about it. We're also on YouTube Live tonight after 8 o'clock. You can come and hear yourself live, listen to your radio, how it sounds out here in Northwest Indiana, which is sounding good, 33. Thank you very much.
34. I'll do the same thing.
Dave, you got all that?
Yes, sir. 33, Central Florida, number 21.
All right, here we go. This is the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We're conducting tonight's check-in here on 2737.500 megahertz, lower side. Anybody out there like to check in, please check in with us now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Pillar, out here in Lake Station, Indiana. We are conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in with us? You don't have to be a member. Anybody out there in Radio Land like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group? Please check in now. All right, we'll take a pause here, 048. By golly, we're having a good check-in tonight. Conditions are coming in, and then they fall out. Come in, and they fall out, which is kind of good, because we're getting our different states. I ain't heard Georgia in there tonight.
No, I haven't heard any Georgia state. I think this morning there was some, but not tonight.
I forget where old Willie Nelson's at in Texas, I believe. We're going to have to get Willie Nelson out there to sing that Georgia song to grab these guys in.
A rainy night in Georgia?
Yeah, he had a couple of them, I believe. Old Willie Nelson.
On the road again.
Yeah, he's definitely an American icon, country singer, old school,
Blue eyes crying in the rain.
All right, we still got about 12 minutes to go on tonight's check-in. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Pillar, one of the administrators for American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We're conducting tonight's check-in. Anybody like to check in, please check in with us now. You do not have to be a member to check in.
Well, we might get one more shot of Skip out there.
Hey, that's 7-Eleven out there in Arkansas in the Mobile. Would you like to check in with American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group? right, 7-Eleven, you're sounding good over here in Gary, Indiana, no doubt. Thanks for checking in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. You're sounding real good over here. If you'd like to hear yourself live, wait till after 8 o'clock and go to YouTube and punch in American Radio of Northwest Indiana, and you'll be able to hear just how good that mobile sounds out here. I believe you're number 22, Dave. He's number 22.
Yes, he's number 22, and I'll need his state. I didn't catch it. I thought I heard what it was, but also it's after 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock. Give me some time. It'll be on Facebook. The clip will be on edited clip will be on Facebook.
Okay, it's the 7-Eleven, Arkansas Mobile.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
All right, 7-Eleven out there in the hog yard. Well, I tell you what, you be careful out there in that mobile, and we appreciate you checking in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. No doubt about it. Save some flowers for yourself. You're sounding really good, man. That mobile sounds good over here in Northwest Indiana. Wait till after 8 o'clock, probably about 8:30. If you'd like, go to YouTube, punch in American Radio of Northwest Indiana, and listen to yourself live. We're also on Facebook, American Radio of Northwest Indiana. You can come and visit us. If you don't make it on our Friday night check-ins, we do check-ins every Friday night. You can check in with Facebook. If you'd like to become a member, you answer some questions, we'll get you in the door there. We got about 8 more minutes of tonight's check-in with the American Radio Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody else out there like to check in with the American Radio Northwest Indiana Group? Please check in now. You don't have to be a member. American Radio of Northwest Indiana 34, aka the Potato Peeler. We're conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. We got about 6 minutes left of check-in. Anybody out there in Radio Land like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group? Please check in now. 213 Florida, next station out there in Florida, 213 Florida. Would you like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group tonight? Oh boy, we got Tallahassee, Florida out there. That station out there in Tallahassee, Florida. You copy the American Radio of Northwest Indiana 34. about 5 minutes left here. American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, aka the Potato Peeler. We're out here conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in? Please check in now. You do not have to be a member to check in. Please check in now.
They might have to get Salty Bob out here.
Hey, American Radio of Northwest Indiana, Bob, 150. You want to give a shout out and see if you can bring anybody in for a check-in? Please do so.
Well, I just thought you'd need some salt for that potato.
Well, we got a wide variety of potatoes. It depends on what kind of potato you want, how big you want, the size you want. If you want an oval one, you want a round one, you want a square one. We got many varieties over here.
Can you send over Miss Tater Tot?
Well, we'll try to do our best. All right, we're going to get one more shout out here, or a couple more shout outs anyways. We got about 4 minutes left. We're conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Would anybody like to check in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group? Please check in now. Okay, we still got about 4 minutes for Georgia to come in there.
No, I'm no hurry. That's cool.
Yeah, miracles do happen. We got a couple of our check-ins for the last couple of weeks come in out of Georgia there. Matter of fact, I think we had, at least a couple of them.
Yeah, Mother Nature must be on a different highway tonight, though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Peeler. We're conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group. Anybody like to check in? Please check in now. We got about 3 minutes left of check-in. By golly, please check in now. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana, 34, a.k.a. the Potato Peeler. We are conducting tonight's check-in with the American Radio of Northwest Indiana Group right here on 2737.5 megahertz, lower side. Is there anybody out there that would like to check in? You do not have to be a member to check in. Please check in now. We got about 2 minutes left of check-in.
Go ahead, check in. What's your number? I guess he checked out.
That station checking in. What's your QTH number? Yeah, this is the 34 over here in Northwest Indiana. Go ahead. Hey, QSL, where are you at and what's your number? 32 All right, 32 Jimmy, North Carolina. Let me get you down here in a book and I'll get you your number for your check-in.
32 North Carolina, you are number 24. Thank you for checking in, sir. And you could join us on Facebook if you want to become a member. It's we welcome all you guys from around the states to come be up and be with us and join our group here, Making Radio Great Again. We're on Facebook at American Radio of Northwest Indiana. And we'll get you, all you got to do is just request to be a member and answer a couple easy questions and agree to the rules, and we'll get you in. And we also are live on Facebook every Friday night, or live on YouTube every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time to 8 p.m. Central Time. And then you can watch us on Facebook, our live, a little bit after our check-ins end. So, hey, thanks a lot for checking in, and have a great weekend. God bless. And this is 048 of American Radio of Northwest Indiana saying 73s. And thanks again, sir.
Hey, 410 would like to check in.
Go ahead, 410. What state are you from, sir?
I'm right here in Indiana, Schererville.
Oh, okay. You're in the state of Schererville. Okay, 410. You'll be number 25. Thanks for checking in.
Good evening, Billy Bob.
Good evening.
Well, it's 8 o'clock. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana 34, aka the Potato Peeler. We are out here conducting tonight's check-in. I believe we're coming to an end of the YouTube live check-in. I just want to thank each and every one of you out there for checking in with us. We're going to get to tonight's check-in, and we're going to still conduct tonight's check-in for a while and do a little bit of rag chewing. But I want to thank everybody for their participation on YouTube Live there, no doubt. This is American Radio of Northwest Indiana 34, a.k.a. the Potato Peeler, giving everybody a big shout-out. Thanks. This be end of the conducting live on the YouTube Live. I'm going to turn it over to you, 048.
Okay, thank you, 34. And our YouTube Live will be ending now, but I will make a copy of it, and it'll be posted on our Facebook page at American Radio of Northwest Indiana for all to see for the ages. And that way it's a lot easier when it's on Facebook than trying to go to the time elements. You could hear yourself if you knew about what time you checked in. So that's with that. And again, thanks everybody for checking in tonight. And we had quite a few out-of-staters. We really appreciate you checking in and having an interest in our group. God bless America, but God bless you all. And we'll say 73s. And this is 048 Northwest Indiana, American Radio of Northwest Indiana, making radio great again. Good night, everybody. 73s.
Well, we got plenty of them. For sure. You guys, I don't know if everybody thinks I'm teasing them about having that potato peeler tower. If you go to Facebook there, and you guys will see my tower. You guys will see, I told you so.